Two Shoes, and Happy New Year! This is not the first video that is going to be posted in the new year, but it is the first video that I'm filming in the new year, which I am very excited about. And yeah, so today I am hopefully starting to plot the first book in my romance series. So I'm going to be plotting it and outlining it. I will show you guys what that looks like once I get further into it. I have done a few things already. I've mostly plotted the first two chapters. So basically what I did was, if I can find the other papers, I don't know where they are. I will look for the other papers, but what I did was I did like the story grid version and of plotting, and I've outlined the main 15 scenes, and I don't think they're perfect, but I have tried to do that. And then the way that I've done the side plots is I've come up with 5 scenes for each side plot. So it'll be like the inciting incident, progressive complication, turning point, crisis, climax, and resolution. For the main story or the global story, there are 5 of those scenes, or there are each of those scenes in the beginning hook, which is the first act, the middle build, the second act, and the ending payoff, the third act. And so there are 15 scenes there for the global story, and so that's going to be like, I'm also going to put the romance beats into there because this is a romance story. So the inciting incident will basically be like the lovers meet scene, and then the resolution of the first act and kind of the inciting incident of the middle build will just be like they've decided to start a relationship or something along those lines, and like how that works. So like accepting the call. The call is the relationship in romance. So I've loosely come up with those 15 scenes, and then I've also come up with 5 scenes for each of the subplots that I'll just like put in throughout the story. And yeah, so I'm kind of excited and kind of nervous. I do think that I need to rework my 15 scenes because I don't think they work as they are. I think I have like 2 climaxes, and I need to figure out how to fix that. So I just have 1 climax, or like 1 main climax, but also still have the middle build climax and the ending payoff climax and the inciting incident climax, but I think that one's fine. I just need to rework the middle build and the ending payoff, I think. Or I will just write it and see what happens, see how it looks. But yes, I think right now what I'm also doing is once I finish outlining all the scenes, then I am correlating the scenes with the chapters, and then I'm outlining each chapter and writing like a larger summary of each chapter. So like this is basically draft 0 of what is going to happen. That's my summary writing. And yes, it is afternoon. It is much later in the day than I would normally like to start. I did try to start earlier, but my laptop was giving me troubles, so I just didn't. I went and I did something with my mom because she wanted to do that, and I was like, you know what, instead of holding it off just because, or just to do the work that I wanted to do with this story, like I'm not just gonna spend another hour on it. I'll just do that. I did the thing with my mom because she wanted to do it around that time, I think. And then now I am back, and I'm definitely a little bit more tired than I would be at the beginning of the day. So instead of working for 2 straight hours like I planned on doing, I'm just gonna work on 1 hour. My timer's already set because my brain is a little tired, and I'm just gonna try to do as much as I can of this, but within this certain time frame. My laptop is still being slow. I'd restarted it, and then when I returned, my apps were not showing up on the bottom of the screen. They're still not there. Even though I forced my computer to shut down, now I've turned it back on. Apps are still not there. We shall see what happens. We'll see how long this takes. I need my laptop to do things. So, like everything else that I want to do today, I really need my laptop for. So, oh yay, the apps are there. I will get to writing, but I wanted to let you guys know what I'm doing, and I might give you like a visual tour once I get to there, just so you can see like, hey, this is what my outlining process looks like. If you want to try to outline similar to the way that I do, or just want to see how other people do it, sometimes I like to do that. And yeah, so I'm gonna get to this. They should start up by themselves, so I will wait for that. I have my tea, and you guys know what I'm doing. And so I'm gonna say bye to you guys right now, and then hopefully this will work. Hello, I'm back. My hair is even crazier. It's a fluffy mess. It is driving me crazy, but it's fine. Alright, let me take it out. Maybe that'll help. Not really. I should have done this before I started filming. It's fine. Okay, so I've only worked for less than half an hour probably, but I did do a lot, and so my goal for today was to outline chapter 1, outline the midpoint, outline the last chapter, outline the romance beats, and outline act 1. So I was just gonna go through and I was gonna outline the first chapter, middle chapter, last chapter, and then romance beats, and then go back and finish the first act. But I had previously outlined both of the I outlined chapter 1 and chapter 2. I wrote some outline things for chapter 10, 11, 12, the midpoint, 13, and then the last 2 chapters, and then I think a couple of other things. No, that's new. Yes, so I'd already outlined a lot of chapters and already outlined chapter 1, the midpoint, and I've got like a tiny little bit in the last chapter, but that one is mostly gonna be just like, okay, anything else that needs to happen, just put it in this chapter. That's just like, yeah. So because I'd done all those things already, I outlined the romance beats. The way that I did this is I was using Alexa Dunn's romance beats, plus some ones that I had found, plus just working things into the chapters as I would normally have them. So the call to adventure, the call to the relationship happens in the first chapter, and then accepting the call to the relationship happens in the 5th chapter. That's the last chapter of Act 1. So I was just writing that down. The way that she did it was establish the baseline. So I put that in chapter 1, but that's probably going to be in chapter 2, and the continuation of the status quo is probably going to be in chapter 3. But I might not even move it. I'll probably just leave it there. And then there are 3 date scenes that happen. So that's pretty much like the fun and games, but there's 3 dates. So the first date scene I put as the first, or chapter 6. That's the first chapter of Act 2. Then the second date scene is in chapter 3. And then, because I already know some of what's happening in this book, it is going to be a little bit different after this. The chapter 10 is going to have the rising tension, and then chapter 12... Oh, I'm sorry. I wrote a lot in chapter 12. Chapter 12 is the romantic turning point, the first kiss scene, and then potentially like the 3rd date scene, because it's pretty much a date sort of thing that happens. So in chapter 13, because of the romantic turning point, the main character is just going to acknowledge the change in the relationship. Then chapter 14 is more tension. Chapter 15 is the almost moment, even though they already kissed. It'll make sense in the book, I hope. I was figuring out how to make it work, and I think I got it. I know what I need to do. It's just gonna be a little bit difficult to do that. So 15, almost moment, plus the obstacle, conflict, and doubt, because they're gonna break up. Wait, no, they're not gonna quite break up, but it's like a baby breakup scene to prep for the next breakup scene. Chapter 16 is the first chapter of Act 3.
No specific romance beat happens in that chapter, except for just the inciting incident and potentially progressive complication of the third act. Because I think chapter 13 is going to be like, that one's a confession of love, and the ruin everything beats are going to happen in chapter 17. Chapter 18 is the angst chapter. Chapter 19 is the reconciliation, and then chapter 20 is the happily ever after. So you guys get lots of spoilers, but I'm okay with that because it will change unless I can make this work. But yeah, so I outlined the romance beats, and I'm tired now, so I'm going to take a break. And there are a lot of other things that I need to do, but I'm going to see if I can do something else. I'm gonna go see if my family is like available to distract me. And yeah, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. And I was rereading a scene that I wrote, well, part of a scene that I wrote, and it was just getting me back into this headspace because I was totally on serial writing earlier today. I was like, I know all the things that I need to do, and then I was like, I should write this down, but I need to work on this one first. So I have this work done, I've worked on it, and I still have time to do the other things on my checklist today, and I probably won't even spend as much time as I thought I needed to, which is really nice because I'm very happy that today is just a very nice and easy day. Oh, and my reward for surviving, I guess, is I get to go put away my new books, that stack, because that's what my mom and I were doing. We went to Half Price Books, and we sold some books and games, and I bought $41.10 worth of books, which is those 5 books there. I'm going to go find places for them, and I'm very happy about that. Yep, okay. I think that is probably not it for today. I'll probably be back later, but it might be dark. I might have a night writing session, which is gonna be fun. But bye for now. Hello, Goodie Two Shoes. Here, let me take my headphones off my neck because that looks weird. Hello, long time no see. I hope you enjoyed the clips from like 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, it has been a while, and my computer is being slow, which is unfortunate. Oh, here we go. It's working, sort of. Nope, maybe, yes. Okay, so if you have seen my previous videos, I'll link them somewhere if you have not. I have reworked my Q1 goals, and I've made lots of tasks. So I have lots of tasks for my first project, which is finishing the friend group series outline. The friend group series wasn't like, that was just what I was calling it, to document the journey, but now we are officially calling it the friend group series. Like, that is the series. It is the friend group series. I'm coming up with titles. I'm so excited. We're not working on that today, but I did that while I was recovering. And yes, so I need to do 3 tasks a day, roughly, to get all of these tasks done by March 31st. Yesterday, which was supposed to be my start day, I did not do any of these tasks. I started one, but I finished 0. So, is there stuff in my hair? No, we're fine. Okay. These are my tasks to do for today. Yes, there's 7, but I think if I can get one of them done, I can get all of them done. Like, one specific, they all kind of depend on getting one specific one done. That is finalizing book 1 summary. So today we are going to attempt to finalize book 1 summary. I am excited. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm scared because I'm like, this is gonna be it. You can't go, obviously I can change it, but I do want to make it like as thorough and as clean as I can. So that is what we are going to be doing. I think I might like copy it and, or just make a new note for it and start again. And mostly I'll be copying and pasting things over, or I'll just be rewriting it, but like the same gist, just because there's a lot and there were some other themes and ideas that I had that I realized I didn't implement. So I do need to go back and decide if I actually want to implement those or if I'm okay with what I'm doing right now. So yes, this is definitely going to take some time. Hopefully I can power through and finish it, and then get some of the other less scary things done, because that'll be nice. So yes, we are working on finalizing the summary. I'm going to work on my bed, so I'm not going to film it because there's not really a good place to put the phone. Yeah, and yes, but that is what I'm working on right now. I'm excited, and yeah, let me find it. Where's the stuff? Oh, it's over here. I've been talking for a while and I just realized I didn't press the button. This is really sad. Okay, so I'm taking a break. I didn't quite finish finalizing this summary, but I'm close enough. Like the first thing that I intended on doing, I pretty much did that already. I read through and I fixed some things or I added some things, and yeah, so I'm leaving that, but I'm also like finalizing the summary is going to be like taking all the things that I need to do in each chapter and then just putting them into the scene cards in the manuscript, so that way when I start drafting it'll just be like these things that I need to do instead of like all the information. And if I need some more information or I have some questions and I don't remember exactly what I was trying to do, I can just go to the summary and it will be fine. But that's what I'm gonna do as another task, is just finalizing the summary. So I'm not going to say that I'm done with that until I finish outlining those index cards. But I did fill out the places and the characters that are mentioned in this book. So I just have a note for all the places and all the characters mentioned. The places I didn't put the notes in, or I didn't attach them to the notes. There's a really cool thing where you just like at the word and then it'll go to the notes. You just click on it and it'll take you straight to it. So I did that for most of the characters, but not all of them, because I haven't profiled all the characters, but I just made a list. So some of them, that'll make it easier for when I do go to profile the new characters that I didn't have before. So that's what new means. Anyway, yeah, so pretty much finished 2 tasks, which is very nice. Very close to finishing a third one, but I'm going to take a brain break before I do that. And then I can also start profiling the new characters and filling out the places for book 1 when I'm done with the summary. And yeah, so that'll be good. I'm excited. I think today is going very well for tasks being achieved. And yeah, so that is all for right now. I think I'm gonna take a break and either work on serial stuff or just work on posting. We'll see what happens, but I'm not gonna vlog that. But yeah, just want to check in with you guys. Hello guys, I did a thing. I did a thing that I was not supposed to do yet. So I accomplished, or I finished 2 tasks. Technically, I'm still supposed to do another one, but I think I'm just going to mark it off as finished because I didn't end up doing the thing that I thought I would need to do to finish it, and so I'm just gonna be done with it. Basically, I was just going to fill out the index cards like for each chapter in Dabble, but because I haven't needed to do it, I just looked at the summary and I knew what I needed to do and what I needed to write, so I just yeah, I've started writing. I started working on that. I started drafting today. Am I supposed to be plotting? Yes. Am I plotting? No. But yeah, I was very inspired by just rereading my summary, and yeah, I wrote almost 1,000 words today of chapter 1, and I've been following my outline pretty perfectly. I do kind of want to like and edit the stuff as I'm doing, so that way it stays nice. But I think I'm just gonna keep going because I feel like at this point, if I try to stop to edit, I'm not going to keep moving forward. And so sometimes I just need to have to turn that part off of my brain and keep going. But we'll see what happens, because I did kind of info dump a tiny little place. I was trying really hard not to, and I was doing really well until I got to that point. And I'm like, these two characters have had some tragic things in their past, and I'm trying to show that, but it's kind of hard to show that. It's really hard to show it. You can't tell by looking at this person what has happened in their past. So I'm hinting at it. I guess I didn't say explicitly this is what happened to this character. Just kind of say, what is it? Just talking about how he and his sister are trying to be like extra kind to her friends because they've had some things happen in their past. So yeah, do I want to keep it like that? Probably not. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. So I might start revising tomorrow, or just like revise what I wrote and then continue writing, because that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do it all in the same day, like write my X amount of words that I needed to do in the morning, and then in the afternoon/evening I would like go through and fix things. So yeah, I'm definitely not doing that tonight because I was writing tonight. But yes, so I still do want to do some things where like go through the places and go through the or add in the places, the descriptions of the places, and add in the descriptions, or add in some profiles of some new characters that were not in here before. But I don't know how much of it is going to be important, especially for the new characters in this one scene, because it's like only characters in this one scene. So probably they're not going to come back, so I don't know the significance of like profiling them. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that or not. I'm getting tired. I'm starting to ramble. But yeah, so I'll probably still do some of those things. I definitely want to add in the plot threads, I think. So I am going to continue to plot, but I think I'm also going to continue to draft. So I'm just going to do both at the same time. And if things overlap, it's fine. I don't think it's gonna overlap the way that I'm thinking about it though. Like, oh, I need to plot this thing before I start writing this now. I pretty much just, it's going to be there, so it's all in a nice place, and I can find everything when I go back if I need it. I don't know, to tie this whole series together. There's probably a lot more information in here than I'll actually need, but whatever. I am going to start probably outlining book 2 tomorrow though. So I'm going to continue to draft, but then also continue to outline, because that's what I was supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be outlining, but it was really nice to write again, and also like not push myself to write next amount of words or a certain amount of words. So yeah, it was nice. So this was definitely good. It was a good day of writing, and I pulled out the candle that I bought specifically for this book, so it's only going to be lit, and I'm working on drafting, and yeah, I am excited. I'll show that to you guys tomorrow. Also, my laptop died, so I'm using my dad's laptop. Yeah, but anyway, goodbye for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello everyone, it is tomorrow. So because my dad still uses his laptop, I decided to handwrite the next little bit of chapter 1. I have been thinking about this a lot, and I think that's good because I've been able to start drafting, but I was saying that I didn't want to like revise and edit while I was writing, and I think normally, yes, you shouldn't revise and edit while you write, but because I know everything, I've plotted everything, I think it's okay for me to do, because I know the end goal, and I know all the things that I actually need to do, so I can fix it and make it better, and not like fixing something that I don't know whether I'm going to be keeping it or not. So yeah, I think I definitely want to do a longer video on that if you guys are interested in like my thoughts on revising, whether you should or edit while you're drafting or not. I would be very interested in doing that. So
a few things. One, I took a shower and I'm mad at my brain because it came up with a whole nother section of stories for the friend group series, which is not okay, but it could honestly be really cool because I have the first book happens 4 years before the rest of the series, and then the rest of the series happens all in that pretty much within a year. And so what I could do is I could have like two series within this world, and then the first series could happen like 4 years before, so it would introduce all of the characters for the second series as well, but there would also be more of it than just this one book, because that one book by itself, it's kind of weird, because it's like, oh, here's the setup book, and yeah, it's a fun story and everything, but then it's like, then we jump 4 years to the future, and now we have all these other character stories, but then we just keep going with the character stories. And so yes, maybe it still works, but I also feel like it would be a good idea to have that other series, and I think I can still do that as long as I continue to draft this, as long as I continue to work on a book. I think it's okay. That is thought number one. Thought number two is this book, what I've been drafting. There are a few things that I already need to fix. One, I didn't add something that I needed to, just forgot to add it. Took some notes. I already know what it is that I need to add. Probably just going to go through and rewrite it. Second thought is, does this first chapter, does this first couple of scenes work with the rest of the story? Yes, because it's showing the main character's character, but I also feel like I haven't nailed down the main character's voice, because I'm trying so hard to show and not tell. I'm not really displaying the main character's voice. And yes, you can display the main character's voice without him telling you every single thing about every single person's backstory, just because I know this. So yeah, I just need to figure out how I want him to come across, just give him more personality. I think I did a little bit, but it is just, it's been a little bit difficult, and so that's something that I know I need to kind of fix and narrow down. And what was the other thing? Yeah, just making sure that I also need to set up something that I remembered while I was listening to my past self talk about all the things that were wrong with my story, or the things that I wasn't sure would work or not. I remembered a specific scene, and like the first mini breakup scene, that's kind of like, oh, this needs to be set up, and I think I can use something in the first chapter to set it up better. I just need to rewrite that part of it, and then I think it'll work better. I don't really have any ideas specifically how to do it. I knew what I need to do, but I don't know how I want to do it, so that I need to fix as well in the first chapter. And then I also need to, so I can work on the first chapter for a little bit longer, but I do need to profile my main character, or my main character, he's a guy, my main character's friends. So he has a couple of friends. One I've already profiled, but he definitely needs to be part of the story. I forgot that he is a part of the story, so I need to make him a part of the story. But then I think he has two other friends that I need to add in. I need to profile them before chapter 2, because they're a main part of chapter 2. So basically what I need to do for this is fix chapter 1, fix those things that I know I need to fix to make the rest of the story work better, nail down character's voice. That's still part of fixing chapter, and then I need to profile the main character. So probably what I'm going to do is do what I was supposed to be doing anyway after the summary, which is profiling the new characters. The friends are some of those new characters, and then working on the world building, because there are a couple of settings that we get right away, and you don't really describe the setting very well, so I think I need to go through, describe the setting, figure out how I want it to look and everything. So yeah, lots of things to do, but I think it's good
The only sad part is my laptop is still dead, and I can't do all of this. I can't handwrite all of this, but I mean I could, but I prefer to digitize it, and thankfully I can work on my phone. It's just a lot more difficult and it drains my phone, but yeah, the app just really isn't made to work on a phone, which is totally fine. I totally get it. So definitely going to think about what I want to replace my laptop with, or whether I want to try to fix my laptop. I don't think I do. I think I want to try to either get a new laptop or an iPad. I will bring you guys along for that journey, but for now, I just wanted to kind of go over, yeah, plotting and drafting and how that's been. It's been going pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it, all things considered, despite all the things that I still need to fix. But yeah, I think things are going well. So I think, yeah, I do want to wait until I get new technology to figure out or to continue plotting. So I might just continue drafting, but like I said, I want to do some other things or plot some other things, which I would kind of like a laptop for or something for to, yeah. So it's complicated. I'm not mad. I'm just working on things slowly. It's not going, or I'm still doing things. It's not going according to plan, but that is also partly my fault because I decided to draft. But yeah, so that is what is going on today. And yeah, I will probably be fixing this stuff later. I don't want to do it right now, but yeah. So that is it for now. I'll see you guys later or tomorrow. We'll see what happens.